Hey, hello, Jack Tubbs from the J Team at Realty One in Surprise, Arizona, coming to you on this beautiful Friday here in the Valley in Phoenix, Arizona. Hey, just want to have a quick check-in with you today. Talk with you about a very serious matter and about a trend that we see going on not only throughout here in Arizona, but throughout the entire country as far as appraisals go. Now, I know of you all, if you're a shopper right now, you're caught up in this just unbelievably competitive market right now that is just red hot. It seems like there's 15 buyers for every listing that's out there. Trying to find the home that has all the amenities in the area that you want and the schools that you want is becoming tougher and tougher because the values continue to rise month over month. So you've decided you're going to switch your strategy a little bit, and your buyer's agent is probably encouraging you a little bit in this direction, and that is, you know what? We're going to take that $350,000 home and we're going to offer $375,000, and we're going to guarantee at least $10,000 to any appraisal shortfall. So in other words, if the property that you offered on appraises for $10,000 less than what the contract price on, you're going to bring that $10,000 to the closing table to close that gap. Well, you know what? It's been getting bigger and bigger. It hasn't been just $10,000 or $15,000. I've seen it now as much as $80,000 above and beyond what the list price was as to what the contract price was. Buyers waived all contingencies and also said that they would take care of any shortfall between the contract price and what the appraisal is. And you know what? It's starting to be a problem in some areas of the country. I haven't seen it here yet. I just saw I just sold a property listed for $355,000. We offered full price, kept all our contingencies in place as far as inspection, etc. And then we got a counter of $385,000. My sellers were so desperate for this home, they accepted the counter, but they were allowed to keep all their other contingencies in place. And you know what? They got really lucky. They got blessed because when the appraisal came back, they actually had $8,000 worth of equity above and beyond what they paid in the contract price. So it worked out well for them, but we're starting to see situations where people are getting into that kind of bidding war, or they're accepting those kinds of counters between, say a $350,000 list price, and they're bidding $390,000 because they haven't been able to find a house, and this is the only house that they found that checks all the boxes in the area they want, the schools that they want. And then they say, hey, we're removing all contingencies. If it doesn't appraise, we're going to bring that money to the closing table. And then they find out that the property appraises for $335,000. And they've got $385,000. So there's a $50,000 gap between appraisal and contract price, and suddenly they're on the hook to bring that $50,000 to the closing table, or the seller will withdraw because they really feel that there's going to be another buyer out there that's going to be stronger and is going to be able to bring that gap money between the contract price and the appraisal price to make them whole and gain them the biggest net on the sale or the close of their home. So the only reason I'm bringing this up to you, because we are seeing appraisers pull back a little bit more, be more conservative, because they are the ones they felt that took the blame back in 2008 and 2009 when the prices of homes throughout the country just kind of fell off a cliff, and they were in a free fall for almost an entire year before they started to stabilize and we started to see the climb back up. The appraisers seem to take the brunt of that housing bubble burst, and everybody's predicting, hey, it's just around the corner, and they may be right. I'm not sure. I think in the valley, we're far from a bubble bursting, just simple fact of the amount of people that we have relocating to the valley and the jobs that are being created in the valley. We're seeing a very vibrant, very competitive, and just absolutely white hot housing market, and I don't see the end in the next 2 or 6 or 8 or 12 or 18 months. I'm thinking 24 to 36 months is probably where we might see prices relax and buyer demand and inventory start to level off, and see at least prices level off, if not start to relax a little bit. So we're talking a long ways away. So we're probably going to continue to see people offer above and beyond what the list price is, and they're going to have to guarantee that they're going to bring that gap money in should the property not appraise. Have that money available. Don't get stuck in the situation and not be able to meet the gap between contract price and appraisal. If you have somebody that you can borrow the money from, that's great. I've heard about that situation. That's being one way to rectify the situation. but it's not always going to happen that way. So if you're not prepared, don't make that offer. Be prepared. Make sure you've got that money. Have that contingency money just in case it happens to you. Because as I said, we're in a highly ultra competitive market here, and we have low inventory. Prices continue to rise month over month, and appraisers are starting to be just a little bit conservative. And that might put you in a situation where you're going to need to come up with some extra cash very quickly. So make sure that you're ready, that you're prepared, that you have that contingency money set aside. And if you don't need it, well then, hey, that's great. Maybe that's money that you can use to do improvements, or actually, if you're really smart, you'll pay down some of your mortgage right away. That would be a really smart thing to do. But anyways, have the money ready. If you have any questions about that, if I can answer any questions, and if you want to list in this crazy market, please just don't hesitate to call me. I'd be more than happy to at least talk to you to find out if it makes sense for you to sell and maybe buy. You can get a hold of me 248-330-7972. That's 248-330-7972. Or you can email me. You can email me jack@thejteam.house. So that's Jack, Jack, at the J Team, which is THE, the letter J, the word team, .house. Or you can call the office, talk to any of my team members. They'd all be happy to assist you. And that is at 623-252-4061. Once again, that's 623-252-4061. Hey, this is Jack Tubbs from the J Team at Realty One in Surprise, Arizona, wishing you the best weekend. Get some rest, spend some time with family, and enjoy the weather that we have in store for us this weekend here in the Valley. Have a great weekend, and I will see you Monday with more about what's going on in the Phoenix real estate market.